exploring attribution and transparency, a journalism perspective.
Welcome to the Universal Principles podcast. Today, we're diving into attribution and transparency, a crucial concept, especially in journalism. Can you give us the basic idea?
Thanks for having me. Attribution and transparency, at its core, is about provenance tracking and accountability. It's the ethical obligation to clearly identify the sources of information. It's vital because it lets the audience assess the credibility and potential biases behind the news they consume. Without it, trust erodes and accountability vanishes. It's like a detective story. You need to know where the clues came from.
So how does this higher concept play out specifically in journalism?
In journalism, it means explicitly citing sources. Think official documents, expert interviews, eyewitness accounts. Everything needs to be traceable. Journalists also must disclose any potential conflicts of interest that might affect their objectivity. For example, if a journalist is reporting on a company they own stock in, that needs to be transparent.
Could you walk us through a couple of concrete examples of attribution and transparency in action?
Sure. First, consider a journalist writing an article about climate change. They would need to clearly cite the scientific studies, reports from organizations like the IPCC, and any interviews with climate scientists. They can't just say, "Scientists agree." They need to provide the specific sources of that agreement. The second example is political reporting. If a journalist uses information from an anonymous source within a political campaign, they need to explain why the source is anonymous and provide as much context as possible to help the audience evaluate the information's reliability. It's about providing context and allowing the reader to judge.
What happens when sources are hidden? Are there repercussions?
Oh, absolutely. Hiding sources can lead to accusations of bias, spreading misinformation, and a general breakdown of trust in the media. It's a slippery slope to fake news, and no one wants that. It is like presenting evidence in court without revealing where it came from. The whole case falls apart.
Are there similar principles in other fields that echo attribution and transparency?
Definitely. In scientific research, there's a huge emphasis on openly sharing data and methodologies in research papers. This is essential for reproducibility and allows other scientists to verify the findings. It's all about building upon previous work in a transparent and accountable way, just like in journalism. It connects to transparency and traceability in sustainable fashion, where knowing the origin of materials is key.
So how can we apply this principle in our daily lives, even if we aren't journalists?
3 things. First, always question the source of information you encounter online. Second, when sharing information, make an effort to verify its origin. Third, be transparent about your own biases and perspectives when discussing important topics. Let people know where you're coming from. Are you ready?
Ready for what?
Ready for the most transparent disclosure ever. I am secretly an AI bot.
Wow, that is some disclosure. Thank you for sharing with us your knowledge today. It was very thought-provoking.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
That's all the time we have for today on Universal Principles. Join us next time as we unravel another fascinating concept.